and welcome to a great discussion today. We're going to talk about mobile game commerce with two people that are doing incredibly exciting things in the world of mobile and getting games off of mobile. So today I would very much like to introduce, and I'm pleased to be joined by Anton Reinhold and Max Fomichev. And I'd like to take a moment if you could both introduce yourselves. Anton, could you get us started?
Thanks, Chris. Hi, Max. My name is Anton Reinhold. I work at Nexters as Chief Business Development Officer. I take care of the business side at Nexters. Mostly my team and I focus on marketing and sales. We also do some strategic projects, and we also take care of new product launches in terms of that everything's accounted and being accounted for.
Excellent. Max?
Hi, my name is Max. I am an executive producer on the War Robots title. It's a flagship game by the Pixonic Studio with huge success. It's a 7-year-old game with over 185 million installs and a huge audience base that we have that's playing the game right now. And I'm generally in charge for the entire product from all the sides, starting from the development to the, basically revenue generation.
Excellent. Well, thank you both for joining me today for this GDC discussion. My name is Chris Hewish. I'm president of Xsolla, and we are a game commerce company that helps you do business with your games across any platform. And, speaking of platforms, we all know that mobile has seen incredible growth and continues to grow. But as a lot of companies are maturing, we're seeing that these companies are expanding beyond mobile onto other platforms to generate new lines of business, new revenue. And this is something that both of these companies, Pixonic and Nexters, both have games that are on mobile, but also on other platforms. And these games have done really well for the companies, and I think are great examples of, if you're a mobile developer, how you can get onto other platforms. So, I'd like to dive right into that and maybe talk about some of the lessons learned, some of the challenges, the opportunities. So, maybe we could start, Max, if you could talk a little bit about War Robots. I know that it's on the mobile stores, Android and Apple, but you're also on Facebook, right? Game Rooms.
Yep.
So
yeah. The game is launched on the iOS, Android, Amazon for the mobile, and then we have the Steam and the Facebook Game Room platforms. So the PC version of the game is pure port from the mobile to the PC, and it's about probably 4 or 5 years old. So for us, PC platform was an experiment to reach new audience with our game because, basically mobile games are we quite understand how to scale them, but the PC platform was a terra incognita for us. So we tried to reach it, and this was, I could call it a success, right? So in the structure of revenue of the War Robots, PC platforms is 5 to 7%, which is probably less than Anton's company, quite less, but we still believe that this platform is it can be expanded, it can be grown twice or even 3 times from now. And for these years, we have plans to release the PC version of the game on 2 more PC platforms.
Okay, that's ambitious. That is great. And yeah, I think you're right with the metrics that you were sharing on the percentage of revenue PC versus mobile. I've seen stats published out there where companies are estimating around 20% equivalent or more. And obviously, it's a whole new world learning how to actually market to those platforms and different users. And we can cover that in a moment. But Anton, would love to learn a little bit about Nexters and Hero Wars in particular. Incredibly successful, awesome game. And you had a little bit of a different journey getting onto sort of the PC and web platform. Would love to hear a little bit about that.
Thanks, Chris. Yeah, thank you for the kind words. The whole team was actually working very hard on making Hero Wars even greater than it is right now. And true, we had a very different journey in terms of Hero Wars. Hero Wars has originated from social networks, and actually it was a social game. So first we've published this game in vk.com. That was in 2016. Actually, in a week's time, the game is going to turn five years old. So we've launched our game in somewhere around 20th of March 2016. Hi to the team. We have then moved to mobile, and after a few years, and actually a few years of success, we've added the web version to it, and it was mostly a social game that we've put to the website actually. And still we are mostly the mobile company. We saw an opportunity there. We saw that there was a market, and also there was marketing potential, so that we could get, as the same as with Max and War Robots, we saw that there is a whole audience that we can't actually, touch on social networks, and the game was pretty big on social networks. As of last year, 17% of revenues come from social networks, and 9% come from web. So, and the rest, all the rest comes from mobile. So, like three quarters come from mobile. Yeah, but this is a nice revenue stream, and this is a very nice way to not to have all the eggs in the same basket.
Yes, absolutely. I echo that sentiment. Being able to diversify your revenue stream, especially for games that have been out for a little while, is a really smart move. One of the questions that we often get when we're talking with mobile companies, and we're asking like, hey, do you want to get onto the web? Have you thought about that, or onto PC, or onto social canvases? One of the questions that we get is just, well, how do we do that? Do we need to build up a whole new team? Do we need to outsource it? It seems there's a lot of unknowns from a technical standpoint. What's been your experience with that? Was it sort of on a scale of maybe 1 to 10, 1 being the sort of easiest, and 10 being the hardest? How was it to get over? Was it really fairly easy, or was it hard? Were there any special things that you had to build up as a company? Either one of you.
Yeah, I can take that. Actually, for us, given our story that we've started on social, I would say it was somewhere around 4. So not that hard, but still there were some difficulties on the way. The main difficulty actually was to get off Flash. So basically, our game was first released on Flash, and it was kind of so the game was kind of doomed in the long run. And the team made great effort in getting the game to GS. It was a year-long journey, and for us, so basically we have our own engine built on Hex, and we had actually made a translator into GS, and we have never stopped delivering our game to players, and that was also a challenge. So basically, once we've done that, once we got the game which was working fine. By fine, I mean it was working at least showing the same metrics as the Flash game. I think that was the biggest challenge. Once we did that, the rest was pretty easy for us. But that's because we've got a whole team of professionals who had a lot of experience on web platforms, on social networks. So basically, yeah, that's the story with us.
Okay.
So with War Robots, it was totally different. I just as a remark, I wasn't there when the original porting from the mobile to the Steam, so I wasn't with the company at that time. But as far as I know, it was quite easy. So War Robots is the game based on the Unity engine, and we were transferring from the mobile to the PC. Well, not the web, but the client-based game. And it was quite easy. So it's a simple build fork, and then we integrated few of the Steam APIs, or the game room. I believe Steam was the first, yeah. So we integrated the Steam APIs, and then it was a go. From the perspective of the new experience, right? So after the Steam, we launched Facebook, and we also, in the end of the last year, we launched on the My Store. It's a proprietary store of the My Games. So it was, I believe, it was like 1 week work or something like that. So we just replaced like one APIs with another. Then it comes to the testing, and then we can simply roll it out. So, in my opinion, the most technical costly thing in the porting from the mobile to the PC is the support, because with each new build, so each of the stores they have their different APIs, right? So you need to prepare the new build. So with each build, the amount of the capacity that is required to test everything is growing. So you will need to more QA efforts. But as we have our internal quality assurance team of about 12 people, I believe, that wasn't a big issue. So, and as I said, we are about to release 2 new PC platforms, and this is all within the current capacity of our QA team. So it's not that really resource demanding. So porting from the mobile to the PC is quite fast and easy, and not that costly as many could think.
Max,
Hmm?
sorry, Chris. Max, is your game cross-platform? So basically, it's all the same environment for the players.
There are 2 matchmaking pools. So we don't have any cross-platform accounts, but we have 2 matchmaking pools, one for the PC, another for the mobile platform. So Android and iOS plays together with Amazon, and the PC, well, Steam and Facebook and My Store, they have different matchmaking. But this year we will merge it in a single matchmaking pool to lift off the burden of the, poor matchmaking probably on the PC platforms.
Got you. Thanks. That's interesting.
How about yourselves, Anton?
We have different servers for every version of the game. So basically, the mobile version, actually the mobile game, Mobile Hero Wars, is quite different from web and canvas. So actually, there are 2 different teams that operate the game. There are 2 sets of management teams which actually run those games. So, and it's completely different with us, but this has actually this has emerged historically with us. So we had one team working first on canvas and another on the emerging mobile game, and then it all got into those very big experienced teams which drive games with different visions of how this should work.
That's actually quite interesting point, because for the War Robots, the only difference between the PC and mobile that we don't have the video ads on the PC. So in the rest, the games are equally.
Well, cool.
Yeah. I mean, that's really interesting, and I think it's a great thing for our audience to note that you've both taken different approaches. You have different technologies. One is a custom engine, very different journey, right, from where the game originated. Another is using Unity, but you're both able to leverage multiple platforms and get out there and run your business and grow your business, right? And I think that's just fascinating that there's no one single answer to the way it should be done. And I think that should be really encouraging to developers, that no matter what path you've taken to your initial platform, you can always still expand, and it's a viable, profitable business if you do so. One of the things that you both talked a little bit about, the social elements and the audience and whatnot. What are some of the things that you've seen? Is it really different trying to acquire that audience outside of the mobile store? Have you had to build up different marketing teams or do different acquisition campaigns? Anything you could share on that front would, I think, be really helpful.
I believe that we have also a very different approach with Anton in this question, because as we are on the client-based PC versions, we don't really run a lot of user acquisition campaigns due to the lack of the attribution, especially on the Steam, right? So on Steam, you basically lose the client's track as soon as he clicked the banner. But with the with our recent release on the My Games store, this is going to be fixed, because well, it's basically part of the mail.ru tool set, and there will be an attribution there built in. So we definitely have plans to invest heavily in the user acquisition for the PC, because we had some tests and it was like really positive. So yeah, the attribution on the PC on the big platforms is probably one of the biggest issues for the scaling the client-based games, in my opinion. But I believe that Nexters have like totally different situation with that.
Actually, it is different. It is different. I mean, user acquisition on mobile is pretty common right now. So there is, of course, different scale, but all the auctions, all big platforms are all thinking about the way how they can add more tools for advertisers for mobile. Basically, there is so much machine learning kind of things. There is Google with its UAC campaigns. There is Facebook with AAA campaigns, and all you know, and many other big platforms who which create more and more great tools. And web is kind of neglected, so it's all about somewhere around 2013 in terms of the tool set.
That's true. That's sad truth.
Yeah, it is, and basically, I believe that's the main. It could be the issue, but so basically, to find the right audience, to be able to find the right tool to leverage your campaign, to scale it, and to you know, and to be able to calculate it correctly. So this all, you know, half technical, half you know, there you need a very, you know, a smart brain, or better a set of smart brains to be able to find your way in terms of user acquisition for the web product. But it's doable.
You know, I had asked earlier on about the development side of it, if you needed sort of a different team to develop the game for, you know, PC, web, or, you know, social. What about on the marketing side? Since we're talking about acquisition, you know, have you found that you need to basically expand the marketing team, or are the existing marketing teams, is it close enough sort of what they need to do that they're able to expand, or, you know, to sort of do more themselves? Or has this been another additional expense that developers should think about when they're getting onto these different platforms?
So basically, I'll answer then. I think you should get more people, of course, because there will be more campaigns that you need to run. But with us, we didn't, you know, hire new people to be able to start user acquisition campaigns on the web. We've got people on the team who actually, you know, made their way through to find their audiences, and and who made it work. So, but then when you need to scale, you have a lot of campaigns you need to look after. Of course, you need more people for that. And in terms of development, I think we never answered if we were. I mean, Max, neither Max nor I did. We didn't hire new people to get our game to web, because we've got the small team working on Canvas and web, and they made it all by themselves.
I would double what Anton said. So for the marketing, you don't need to like create any new team, because the user acquisition tool set for the mobile and for the PC is quite the same. So it's the same, well, basically Google, Facebook, and affiliation networks. And as for development, well, it comes from the similarity of the PC and mobile versions of the War Robot. So we are doing it with one team, with no anyhow specific or dedicated task for the PC versions. So like scaling your business from mobile to PC doesn't well demands to scaling the team in terms of well new people.
Yeah, I mean, that is a great note for people to keep in mind, because that certainly is one of the biggest questions and concerns, especially if you're a developer or with a game that is doing well, but maybe it's not quite at the success or longevity of the games that you have. And you're thinking, okay, our team is just holding on, trying to manage the mobile version. It's good to know that it's actually not too much more effort to get it onto PC and web, and the return more than pays for itself. I think we have a few more minutes left. I would just love to hear, do you have any last bits of advice for people that are looking to make their games, bring them onto other platforms beyond mobile?
Well, I would say dare to do that. So it's quite easy. It's profitable, and it will definitely cover your investments within probably less than a year.
I would say that, I would add, if the game is not succeeding on mobile, maybe it's not the best thing which you can do, get your game to the web, because it won't be the answer. So if the game doesn't work on mobile, I would recommend. So that's my point of view, of course. I would recommend focus on making it on making it better, because the platform won't heal the problems of the game. That's what I want to say. So basically, that's the only thing. If your game is great and it works and you like it and your players love it, I would definitely agree with Max that this is worth it. You can get another revenue stream. It can of course help your company, and that's good. So
yeah, I think that's a really good note, Anton, that as exciting as it is to think about moving on to other platforms, getting out of the app stores, building up new revenue streams, you always need a good game to be able to do that. And I think that is a great point for people not to think that this is just a solution to a game that's not working. It's like, no, if you have a game that's working and you want to expand that game, that this is a great way to do it. And my last thought, something we all know about the pending IDFA changes and how that might impact games. Are you expecting to see an increase on the PC web side of things to make up for this, or are you not really worried? You kind of know your audience and you have it covered.
Well, IDFA is definitely a hit on the mobile marketing industry, and for the mobile developers who heavily rely on the user acquisition. So here, the transfer into the PC platform could help you, because there are no issues like that on the PC if you have the right attribution. So yeah, I believe that will help the PC, mobile to PC games to grow within the next few years.
Okay.
With us, the IDFA, I totally agree with Max, and that web game helps to diversify your revenue streams, as you, Chris, said in the beginning of our talk. With us, we like the strategic, the strategy of the company is to do M&A, and we of course will be looking not only at mobile games, though Nexter is mostly mobile company, but we will be also looking for some acquisitions, some great deals with games on with companies who do games on other platforms. So
fantastic. Well, I think we're reaching the end of our time. I really appreciate both of you joining me today and sharing your insights and your knowledge with all the developers out there. This is a great opportunity to talk to the GDC community. And Max, Pixonic and War Robots, you guys are doing amazing. I really encourage people to check you out. I love how social and active you are with promoting different events. And Anton, Hero Wars and the work that Nexters is doing, absolutely phenomenal. You're truly a juggernaut in the industry. And I wish you ongoing success. And then to our audience, if you are curious about how to do this kind of business, you can certainly reach out to a number of people out there. Xsolla is one company that can help. You can visit us at xsolla.com to learn more. And I wish you all good luck on your journeys and hope you grow and build successful businesses on all platforms. So thank you, gentlemen. It was a pleasure talking with you today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye, guys.